Well, hello, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to another live CGC unboxing. I told you yesterday I had another one arrive, and I want to get to it this week, and so here it is. So, welcome. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser, and I'm also a CGC authorized dealer. And, yeah, second box this week. More on the way as well, guys. Lots of books over at CGC. And hey, if you're new here, if you like looking at comic books and discussing comic book trends, this is a good place to be, actually, because, hey, I'm receiving books that belong to my customers. These are not my books. These are customer books. These are books that the general public want to have pressed, cleaned, and graded. So, you know what? You get to see trends here on this channel. So if you like that sort of thing, if you're a speculator, this could be the place for you. I sure hope you consider subscribing to the channel, liking the content, and of course, always leave a comment once in a while. Because when you do, hey, you know what? You open yourself up to the opportunity to win some amazing prizes, all right? Just like this prize right here. Yeah, I always talk about this one. And this is the one coming up when I hit 2,000 subscribers. We're giving out this awesome Jim Lee print, a Batman print featuring Batman's Rogue Gallery and signed by the man himself, Jim Lee. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's get to it. Let's see what comic books have been sent in today. And I think I made a boo-boo on that thumbnail. I think I showed one of the books that arrived yesterday. But anyways, let's see what we got. First off, we have a 9.2 copy of The Vengeance of Bane. And again, always checking these comic books as they come back from CGC to make sure they're not cracked or damaged or anything like that. What do we got here? Oh, 9.8 copy of The Killing Joke, first print. That's what I like to see. Very, very cool. This is a thicker slab we're using for these fatter books now. I don't remember them being quite so fat. Now they are. Interesting. Cool. We also have a copy of Usagi Yojimbo in a 9.8. Nothing wrong with that, my friends. White pager in a 9.8. That's awesome. Now, guys, if these are your books, these will not be ready for tomorrow. I will contact you to let you know when you can come by the shop to pick up your comics. I sent out a notice to around 8 or 9 guys on Wednesday. I still haven't heard back from some of you regarding whether or not you can come by tomorrow to pick up your books. We also have a copy of TMNT number 1. It's a 4th printing in an 8.5. What else? Oh, another one in a 9.2. We've got a copy of Web of Spider-Man 118, first solo clone story. Ben Parker, I guess, or Ben Riley. Yeah, no cracks, no nothing. That looks good. That's a 9.6. I was actually just packing up some books. I thought the live stream was at 4. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was packing up. Patrick, if you're watching, your books will be on their way on Monday. It's all packed up and ready to go. We got an Akira number 1 and a 9.4. Again, one of those really fat, awesome fat slabs, which I love to see. In the old days, I think they would just stuff these books into a regular sized slab. Next we have a copy of, come on, 8.5 Akira 38. And a Watchmen number 1. Oh, and here we go. Here's the first invoice. We got an Watchmen number 1 and a 9.4. Very cool. Star Wars 68 in a 7.0. Let's show you the difference between these slabs. This is a different oh, yeah, and there it is right there. Actually, there's the what do you call it? The QR code right there. Do I have my cell phone around? My cell phone's around somewhere, but not nearby. I was going to test this QR code out. But before that, I want to show you the difference. If this is, I'm pretty sure this is a new thing, guys. These fat slabs are a new thing, because have a look at these. when it gets to focus. There we go. Check those out. Right? The one on, this one here is much fatter than the one on the beside it. And again, they're doing that for, for jumbo books, like for square bound books, or graphic novels like Killing Joke or Akira. Those are getting the fatter style slabs versus, your regular comic book that's getting the old, not the old one, the thinner style, which is kind of cool. And the QR code is on there. Here, take out your phone, somebody, and try the QR code. See if it works. I'll put it really close. There you go. Can someone scan that with their phone? I'll leave it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Did it work? Was anybody able to scan that QR? Let me know in the comment section. I'm curious. My phone, I don't know where my phone went to. I think it's in the other room, so couldn't do it. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. We have a Fawn number 1 newsstand in a 7.5. It is hot in here, boy. I'll do one more, and then I will I'll put some of these books away so the table don't collapse on me. Predator number 1, first print in 8.5. So let me put these back in the box so the table don't topple on me. That would really suck. How you guys all doing today? Any questions for me? By all means, go on down to the chat section there and send me a question. Happy to answer any questions you might have. Okay, those are all back. I'll leave one out. Okay, let's see what excuse me. Let's see what else we have here. A Wolverine number 8 in a 9.8. All right, that's nice. We have a Spider-Man 252 newsstand in a 6.5. We have a Spider-Man 298 in a 9.6. We'll go over the chat section in a few moments. We have a 299 and also a 9.6. And, oh, here we go. Pretty big book, guys. Was on our thumbnail. Daredevil number 1 with that sick new vintage Daredevil label. This book is a 6.5. It was a 6.0. If you were watching, I think I might have put this on an earlier show. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. This came in a few weeks back. 6.0. We cracked it. Came back. I was hoping for a 7, but came back to 6.5. Better than nothing. So a nice copy of Daredevil number 1. That's a really sharp copy. You see, I see irritating. I see imperfections, but I mean, again, it could be that inner well, which really stinks. But anyways, a 6.5. I don't think the book would have got higher than a 7, but I was hoping for a 7.0. That's for sure. Anyways, nice copy there. I certainly would not turn that away from my collection. I had an opportunity to put it in my collection. Next we have a copy of whoa. Don't like this table. We got a copy of we got a few ASM books. The first one being ASM 194. and in a 9.4 with a cool Spider-Man label there. I think all of them have the Spider-Man label on it. And next we have, oh, these, I think these could belong to Jason, I think. I'm not sure, but I think so. Another 194. Oh, well, another 194 and a 9.8. I believe these are Jason's books because he got the custom label. I remember that. So he's gonna like that, and a white pager too. Pretty sick. You know, people often wonder if the, check this out, guys. Look at the spine on this. Notice how it's kind of a miscut, a misprint there. You see that? But look, it's still garnered a 9.8. So if the wrap isn't perfect, it could still get a 9.8. But that's a gorgeous book. Congratulations, Jay. And what else do we have there from that? We also have an ASM 252 and a 9.2 with, again, the new custom label. Pretty nice. And last but not least on that one, we have an ASM 50, I believe. Yes, there it is. And look at that, came back at 6.0. Nice. Again, with that nice custom label. So congrats, Jason. Those are 4 ASM books for Jay's books. Jay was a lucky guy who had that 9.8 Batman 232 yesterday, if you recall. We got a couple of signature series books. Department of, what's strange? I don't even remember sending these in. Signed by Martin Simmons and Gene Tynan. Okay, so a 9.8 for that one there. And let's see, did we get 2 9.8s? We sure did. Department of Truth again, also in a 9.8, and really nice. And I like that the artist or the person signing actually used that nice red marker, you know, so their signature actually stands out, which is really nice to see. Oftentimes they use a black on black or a really strange color choice where the signature is obscured because it matches or blends in or it's camouflaged with the rest of the book. And that kind of sucks when that happens. But those are some nice books there. So congratulations. Those slabs look really good as well. But I'll be honest, I do not remember sending these books in. I'm going to have to figure out who they belong to because I do not remember that at all. I don't remember at all. Guys, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I just don't remember things anymore. But again, if these are your books, they will not be ready for tomorrow. I will not have a chance to sort these probably until Sunday or Monday. So they'll be available next Saturday if your order is finished, right? I will not contact you unless you have a significant amount of books here or unless your order is completed. Then you'll hear from me. And I'll put this baby back and we will go straight into the chat and see what you guys are talking about today. Then I'm going to take off and get back to packing up some books. I've got a lot of books to ship out. I had planned on shipping books out a while back, and then I got sick for 2 weeks. I've been out of commission. But let's go over to the chat window and see who is here. All right. Hey, okay. Luke's here. Hey, Luke. John's here. Another midday unboxing. Yes, had to get this one done. Want to get it done. Chuck's here. How you doing, Chuck? Good to see you too, sir. Hope you're feeling better, Doc. I'm on the mend. I'm not 100%. Like I'm feeling a bit off. Like I'm still like sweating profusely, but I'm feeling much better. My voice is, I'm handling this a little better today as well. Although I still feel a little like I can start coughing at any moment, but I'm able to hold off and not do that. Hey, Stavros, how's it going? Wayne, as the slabs get older, they get fatter. So what? Yeah, I know. Just like us, right? Just like me. As I get older, I get fatter too, just like the slabs. Christian's there, and he says, when you are pressing, do you use imprints on the back? Oh, sorry. When you are pressing, do you see imprints on the book from the price written on those sticky notepads during claim sales? It annoys me. Yeah, I've seen them from time to time. Most guys they know better. You write your price out before you stick the sticky onto the comic book. But some people get a little excited. They throw it on there and then they write, and then the impression, I call it embossing, ends up going to the comic. You can usually get rid of that, depending on how intent they were, how much pressure they use on the pen. But yeah, I have seen that, Kristen, and it is a pain. And dealers should know better than to do that. Wayne, come on, Doc. You need to help me somehow reattaching a cover. I know. There are tricks to that, Wayne. There are tricks to that. But, you know, I always say what's done is done. When you got a book that's got problems like that, you know, it is what it is. You know, you can do your best to kind of try to fix it, but there's no guarantees it's going to work. And you could, again, always open up a new can of worms. As soon as you introduce something to, like, if you're going to detach cover, you probably got a rip or a tear. As soon as you put any kind of glue or adhesive on that, you run the risk of that book being called out as restored because of a tear seal. Right, as a glue, the glues are used for that sort of thing. So you're running a risk. So are you better off to clean up as best you can and to send it the way it is and get a lower grade, or do you want to play around? You know, try to put a Band-Aid on it and maybe get past the principal. You know what I mean? Get past the guard, so to speak, and get that blue label, or perhaps it'll get caught and you get a purple label, and then what? Then you got glue on your book. So I don't know. Wayne, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. Stavros, happy my books will have QR worth the wait. Yeah, they are. They will now. Stavros, my ASM annual needs a bigger slab. See, that those ones had the smaller ones. They used to shove them in the smaller books, but then Stav, you got to send it back for a reslab. Right? Treasury edition. It works. Works. Scanned it. Okay, so you guys scan that QR code. Excellent. I'm glad it works. So that's cool. I'll try it myself when I get off the stream because... like I said, the CBCS ones never seem to work for me. I'll see if these ones do. Jeff Baxter. Oh, excellent. No grader notes. Go figure, eh, Jeff? So, Jeff, as you probably know, I'm waiting for your dad's magazines to come back. I'm going to ship all your books back together when they arrive. I'm still just waiting on those. And once they get here, then your books will ship out. Chuck says works fine as well. Excellent. Yeah, so any books you said you got reholdered will now have new labels, and therefore will have the QR codes on them. Shop is open tomorrow, Luke. If you want to bring those 3 books in for the Signature Series books, I saw that. Print out a copy of that form, bring in your books. You can drop off those books, and I'll ship them out next week. Nice Daredevil. Yes, it was. Mike, hey, Kev, hope you're feeling better. That DD is nice. Mike, it really, really is. And Mike, your books are like this close to being done. Probably next Saturday. Just so you know. Don White, love that ASM 194 and label. So do I, and I love the 9.8. Who doesn't? I don't know why the black line through the UPC code on books still bothers me, even though they were printed like that. I just can't help it. Yeah, I know what you mean. It doesn't seem to bother me that much. Does that mean when the line was through it, does that mean it was a direct edition? Or I mean a newsstand or direct? It was direct, I think, right? I think it was an early style of direct, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah. I had a 9.8 194 with a line through it as well. Mike Asher, that black line meant it was sold at the comic street. So it's an early direct. Yeah, there you go. Don White, can anything be done about rusty staples? Thanks, Kevin. Well, Don, realistically, yeah. Yeah, a couple things can be done. But you run a risk again. Like I was saying with the tear seals, with the staple, it's like this. If you've got a rusty staple and the rust has not migrated to any of the surrounding paper, okay? If the rust has bled, like leaked or stained the paper, there's always going to be proof that rust had at one point been on that staple. But people do clean staples off. The problem with that, CGC does consider that restoration. If they catch it, you will get a resto, a restored label. Now, if you've got a rusty staple and the book is perfect and there's no staining at all, yeah, you can. There are unscrupulous things you can do. Is it unscrupulous? If you, for example, had, I don't know, let's just use an Amazing Spider-Man 252, because there's lots of them out there, and your copy was really nice, but it had a bit of rust in the staple, and the book otherwise looked great. What you could do is find any Marvel book from that time period, from that, that year or 2 years, and just swap out the staples. Simple as that. They're not really going to be able to find out, or no one's going to really know. you can do that. But again, there are purists out there. And I don't know if there's any purists left or not, man. There was a time when I was I was getting hate mail for pressing comic books, right? I'm talking back when I first started doing this. Geez, like 11, 12, was it 13 years ago? I can't even remember. God, it's gone by so fast. But I would have guys get mad at me for pressing and cleaning comic books because I was changing the way the book, aged, right? And I'd get in trouble for that. People get mad at me. Now it's so commonplace that no one bats an eye at it. But there are probably still purists out there who don't like the comics being doctored. And if you want to call pressing and cleaning doctoring, then so be it. I'm a doctor. There you go. And I know guys that don't believe in CGC either. I know guys that don't like the whole, like where the hobby has gone. Excuse me, where the hobby has gone in terms of grading and pressing and cleaning and all that. And they don't do any of it. They want their books to be as natural as possible. Unfortunately, that just is not the way this hobby has gone or is going to be in the future. Grading is here to stay. Whether CGC stays on top or another company moves it over, I don't know. But grading is here to stay. Pressing and cleaning is going nowhere. And but things like cleaning staples and swapping staples, I mean, if there's a way of detecting that, and they can detect it, they will make note of it. So anything you do to doctor your book, I keep saying doctor, to alter your book, other than pressing and cleaning, can be called out by a grading company. So you want to be very, very careful about any of those. I don't endorse doing any of that stuff because, again, you don't want to. You're always taking a risk, so long as you're aware of those risks. Okay. But yeah. So Don, I hope that answers your question. It's a pretty lengthy answer to your question. 3B man. All right, thank you, Staffs. Kevin did some nice staple work on my Gym 85. Yes, I believe I did. Wayne, so what is worse, low grade detached cover or higher grade? I'd say higher grade purple label. I would. No one likes that purple label. No one likes the purple label. The only time I think I've seen people kind of turn a blind eye to the purple labels, we're talking really rare golden age books. Okay, if a purple, sometimes there's not many copies out there. So if a book happens to be purple or green, for whatever, missing a portion of the book, people will accept that. But on books from the 1960s and up, I would stay a hell away from purple labels. It's hard to grade, it's hard to price them. It really is. So yeah, I would stick with I'd rather have a lower grade blue label than a higher grade purple label. Stavros says staple change detection in conversation. Yeah, you got to be very careful. Obi-Wan Chris Kobe, how you doing? I believe in you, Comic Doc. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Obi-Wan Chris Kobe. Thank you very much. Went from hobby to commodity trade. Well, that's just it, Wayne, right? It's no longer go to the comic store, just talk about comics and go home and read them and, and put them away and collect them. Now they're commodities, right? And you have to have that third party. You have to have that third party that's going to put a label on these books to indicate their value for your protection, for the seller's protection, for everybody's protection. Well, look at that white hair. Holy cow, look at that. I just saw that and I just glowed there for a second. I'm getting old. Or distinguished. Distinguished maybe is better than old. But yeah, so beware of it. Jeffrey Wayne, personally, I avoid purple label, and I think I'm in the majority. I've read about people who can't remove color touch, going over it with a different color marker to make it universal. Yeah, and I mean, I've seen guys with I know one of my guys had a AF15. It was a 5 or a 5.5, and I think it was a 4. I think I bumped it to a 5 or a 5.5, and it was a restored book. He sold it eventually. It took him forever to sell that book. There's a lot less buyers out there for purple label books. If you get a 5.5 AF15, it's $35,000, but it's been restored, or you can get a 2.5 or a 3 for the same money. Most guys are going to jump on that 2.5 or the 3. And that's you're going to have an easier time selling and easier time buying when you have blue. Simple as that. And yes, sometimes color touch can be removed, and sometimes, tear seals can be removed. And there's guys that specialize in removing restoration. It can be done. So sometimes you can get a purple book at a great price with the intent of returning it to its previous state. Maybe there's something to be said about that. You're welcome, Don. Not a problem. Wayne, I got this Archie Madhouse 22, and it's beautiful, but detached cover. But if it's beautiful with just a detached cover, how low is it going to go? I mean, is it detached at one staple or both staples? You know, I've seen books still get really decent grades with a detached staple if they even catch it. Sometimes they don't, right? AF15 purple any day, all day. So you'll be okay with that. Well, some guys are, right? John Sherwood, I remember cleaning and pressing was not cool because why slab a book that can never be reread again? Times are changing. Well, that is it. You know, it's a sad thing that it's not about reading the books anymore. I mean, for some of us, it still is, right? We still, you know, remember the books we read as kids, but we're not buying them to read them again. We go read them online if we want to. We're afraid to manhandle them because we could damage them or get our finger oils on them, or we could dent them or finger bend them. We want to be careful. So you want to be very, very careful. And Wayne says both staples detached. What you could do, Wayne, is this. You could send the book to a guy like Kenny Sanderson, and he could repair the book. It would receive a blue label with a silver top it's called conserved. So it's not purple, it's blue with a silver stripe. Okay? And he can basically, he doesn't put glue on the book. He adds pulp back into the paper, basically. Anywhere that there's pulp missing, he puts it back and he basically he mends it, basically. And it's considered conservation. So that's another option as well. It's less, people look at that with much better eyes than they do a purple label. So that's a possibility too. We can talk about that as well. So expressive and hard to find AF15. Yeah, I mean, they're out there. You just gotta want to spend the money. As simple as that, you know. But listen, guys, what time is it? The 30 minutes. I gotta get back to work. I have to get some of these books ready for Monday to ship out. So, and I got to get ready for tomorrow. I got some guys coming to the shop tomorrow too. So I'm going to take off. Listen, thank you so much for coming by today and seeing this unboxing. I'm sure I think another box is on the way. So keep your ears, or your eyes on your notification. If you haven't done so already, hit that notification button or bell. It's a little bell somewhere down there somewhere. Hit that bell, because when you do, when I put a notice I'm going to be posting a video soon, you'll be one of the first to know. And again, remember to leave a comment on this video. It increases your chances of winning prizes for future giveaways. And you know what? It just helps the channel to like it and all that kind of stuff too. And I certainly appreciate you being here. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see some of you tomorrow at the shop, and I'll see more of you guys again next week for What's in the Press. All right, guys, take care. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.